I will have to respectfully disagree.
Well, it sounds like you have an opinion.
I do have an opinion.
What was the moving company that you work for? The furniture company you work
Vantage.
for? Vantage. Is this a professional opinion from your experience at Vantage?
Yes. I would much rather load everything in the truck, take a break sitting passenger princess, and then go everything take everything up the stairs again. Instead of down, up, 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 down, up. Oh, fuck.
It sounds like Randy is very unhappy with her sex life.
Well, I mean,
up, down, up, down.
Left ABBA start.
I don't want people seeing your kneecaps. It's better. Do you have enough water?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Unless you had a liquid death.
I didn't get to plan ahead.
All right.
That is for the next time.
All right.
But I think we're ready.
You think we're ready?
Yeah.
All right. Let me, I already posted on the HWR page. Let me go ahead and switch to the personal page.
Yeah. That's better. That's much better. Whew. My bowels is sweaty.
Mm-hmm.
It'll cool down soon. Hopefully.
Yeah, I know they were extra salty.
What?
Your balls.
Oh, well, you can talk to my mother about that.
I can't. She's dead.
Mm-hmm. Just like these nuggets.
All right. I have everything shared.
Okay.
Do we have sound? I don't think we have sound.
Do we have sound?
Oh, there it was. Nope, there it is. There it is. All right. Good job, sir. Good job. Good job. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Whenever you are.
Okay. Well, then I guess let's kick this pig. All right. Live from the landing strip in Houston, Texas is the 449th edition of Houston Wrestling Radio. This is Abel.
This is Chris.
And thank you so much for tuning in today, guys. We very much appreciate it. If you're watching us live, make sure you log into your YouTube or your Google account. That way you could chat along with us in the live chat here. And we'll see it right here on the phone. And that way you can interact with us and, just say hi, fact check, talk shit, whatever. Ask questions, any of that good stuff. I'll see it and I'll try to involve you as best as I can in the show. If you're not watching us live, that's okay. You can still drop a comment down below or interact with us on Facebook, facebook.com/Houston Wrestling Radio.
We hired a new guy.
Here?
Yeah, at work.
Oh.
And
I was about to say.
Boy, not here too. At work. And to get to know each other, the conversation with the branch.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what streaming services do you have? And I said, Peacock, Disney Plus, and New Japan Pro Wrestling World. And he lit up like a goddamn Christmas tree.
Nice.
He's one of us.
Yeah.
So he's watching.
Yeah.
The opinions of myself do not represent the opinions of the financial institution that you and I are now under.
Yeah. Work Chris and
Asshole
HWR Chris are
Yeah.
two different Chris's.
Yes. I struggle with the duality every day.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's your newer co-worker's name?
Ruben Lamar.
Ruben! If you're watching us, hi.
With two E's.
Thank you. Are you B-E-E-N?
Like the sandwich.
Rubin?
Like the sandwich.
Like a sandwich.
Yeah.
Are you B-E-N? Wait, are R-U-B-E-N. Wait, where's the extra E?
The sandwich.
Yeah.
The R-E-U-B-E-N.
R-E-U-B-E-N?
Yeah.
That's how you spell it for the sandwich?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Damn, you that high class, you don't eat sandwiches no more?
No, I do eat sandwiches. So if I'm going to get a Reuben, probably get it misspelled.
That's probably why your order keeps getting messed up. You keep asking for the Rubin.
Yeah. Hey, dame ese Rubin sandwich.
It's been a minute, bruv.
Yes, bruv. Oi.
You want to tell the humanoids that aren't from Houston what happened with us after our last recording?
Oh, we had a hurricane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hurricane came through, Hurricane Barrel, and it fucked up the city pretty good, I would say. It seemed like everywhere the power was out except for at work. The one place where I wanted the power to go out, it didn't. It held strong the entire time. Not 1 hour without power. Hurricane Barrel came through at 6 o'clock in the morning, 11 o'clock in the afternoon. I was like, well, I'm going to go up to Conroe. But before I go up to Conroe, because, my father, my in-laws, they have a generator and we didn't. So we're like, all right, well, fuck it. We'll go up there. So on our way up, I was like, let me stop by work. It was as if nothing fucking happened. Of course, we didn't go into work because, nobody could make it to work, but that was Monday. So the Tuesday after, everyone was at work while everybody at home
was sweating balls.
Right. So I was like, oh, hey, at least you get a break, go to work and get the air conditioner at work. Like, no, bitch. Like, I'm working at work. So I'm running in and out, checking on the cars, going and cleaning cars, doing this
with
and that.
The family in front of your mind. And you can't concentrate.
And everybody at home without power.
Yeah.
That being said, I was fortunate at home to get power within a day. But my other coworkers, Arnold included, they were without power for a little bit longer. But yeah, the hurricane kind of fucked up some stuff.
Yeah. I tried to make the best of a bad situation.
Yeah. How'd it go?
Camped in the car Monday. Was persuaded to crash at Scott's house on Tuesday.
Hell yeah. The power was out here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wednesday, we were like, fuck it. Let's go drinking because I didn't go to work. I had no power at work.
You and Scott?
Yeah.
Okay.
So went drinking on Wednesday. Saw some soccer because it was Euro Cup or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then Thursday we were like, fuck it, let's go. So we drove to Austin for the day.
Oh.
We went to a brewery there, had some food there, no line for food, no line for gas. Decent little breeze going out there. Tried to do like the router tests to see if I can get a readout.
Yeah.
And on the way back, I got a readout. So when I came over here, and when the power went out at 6 a.m. on Monday, my apartment was at a cool 67 degrees.
Oh.
So when I opened the door, 67 degrees just whacked me in the face. I'm like, oh, God damn it, yes. Sadly enough, that was around the exact time that my job got power.
Oh.
So guess what? Back to work on Friday.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it could have been worse. It'd been worse for Arnold. A couple other people in the family, people that I knew, people that I know. That happened. And then more wrestling happened, and more wrestling happened. And now we're here.
You're right.
It's been a minute. Do you remember anything from Money in the Bank?
I do remember that I did enjoy the pay-per-view overall. I thought it was solid. I like the women's Money in the Bank, the women's Money in the Bank match. I think the right person won.
Women's Money in the Bank. That was
Tiffany Stratton.
Tiffany Stratton. Yes. It's Tiffany time.
Usually I'm the one that doesn't remember.
I've been drinking a lot since then.
Mm-hmm. What are you drinking right now?
Plenty reason to.
What is this?
This is Mason Brewing's Mason Ale Works Maximum Effort Special Edition Deadpool Hazy Double IPA.
Nice.
They also had a Wolverine, which was a regular hazy single IPA, not a double, but those was long gone at the liquor store where I went. So I had to make it up by buying some other ones. My fridge is still full. So,
all right. That's all you get to say about Deadpool versus Wolverine. I don't get to see it until Sunday.
I have one more thing to say about Deadpool and Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
It has nothing to do with the movie.
Okay.
But just like the franchise came back,
yeah,
something else has also.
What's that?
This weekend.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Wait, you know this?
Yeah. About Robert Downey Jr.?
No.
Oh.
This weekend, Travis and I will be recording an episode of Pop Culture Rewind.
Oh, shit.
Going over how we got to Deadpool Wolverine, the review of Deadpool Wolverine, and then what happened that weekend, MCU-wise, after Deadpool and Wolverine, and where we go from there.
Okay.
That's the last of the Deadpool talk for tonight.
Okay.
Now, anyone in the chat that chooses to disobey Abel, you're more than welcome to.
No, shut up. I will see it on Sunday.
Sunday.
4DX. Dude, I love fucking 4DX, man. It's so awesome.
I know. That's how I like my titties, right?
Hey, just a casino must.
Yeah.
But it's going to be the first time Randy goes to a 4DX show.
Oh.
Yeah, I warned her that it's a lot. She said that she thinks she's ready for it. And I'm like, I don't know. Me and Porsche, we've been to a few 4DXs. We can handle it. Randy said she can.
We'll see. Here's your one failing.
All right, what's my one failing?
You should have taken her to see Twister in 4DX.
Oh, yeah?
It's so you would have known after Twister if she could handle the hustle and bustle of being jostled around in a roller coaster for 2 hours.
Yeah.
So you would have known whether to take her and have her enjoy or not enjoy the movie, or her not enjoying it cause you to not enjoy it.
What? Okay. Are you saying Twister in 4DX is more intense?
It's not more, but it's like it breaks you in. Like if you
you're saying it would be less intense. So it's a good
Deadpool Wolverine would have been a good appetizer.
Okay. That's what I'm trying. Okay. I was trying to follow you, but I couldn't fucking follow you. Okay.
It's been a while. I haven't even drank yet.
Yeah. I got you. Okay. Yeah. But no, she wants to go. So
good luck.
Yep, good luck.
Tiffany time.
Yeah.
I am ready for Tiffany time.
Yes.
The teases between then and now. Like literally teasing cashing in the Money in the Bank in front of Nia Jax, who has the title shot this weekend.
Right.
I think it's so funny.
Yes, it works.
I haven't been keeping up with it enough to deduce whether Tiffany is currently a face or a heel.
Yeah.
Where are you at?
I don't care.
Okay.
I find it to be entertaining, and I think, what was it, a year ago, 2 years ago, right before Triple H officially took over, Triple H said that he would like the idea of there not being faces and heels, just stories, and you decide who you want to cheer for. Mm-hmm. I feel like he's really been implementing some of that in there. You know, like, I like Drew. I don't like Punk, but Punk's kind of the face, but just because he's more popular. But really, he's the asshole. And Drew's not that much of an asshole. He's got a legitimate gripe.
Rewind this. Punk is one of your favorite guys. You said you just said you don't like Punk. Is this the character on television, or you already have Punk fatigue on his return to wrestling?
Punk's return within the last couple of years has really soured me on Punk.
Damn.
Yeah.
Expound.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know, man. Like, the matches that he had in AEW were not good. They weren't. They just weren't. Like, him versus MJF was a good match, that dog collar match, but him versus Hangman, no. He had a few stinkers.
Mox.
And we wanted to, Mox. We wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt because it's like, all right, he's been away from the game for, what was it, 8 years or however long it was. And
it's Punk. It's Wrestling Jesus. You wanted to see it.
Yeah, and he's still great on the mic. But then all the backstage stuff and what happened and how unprofessional he was with the scrum and everything that led to it, and then fighting with the Bucks which I mean, I don't think the Bucks were baby faces in all this either. They were kind of assholes too, but I don't know, it kind of soured me on the whole thing. And then I feel like his WWE run right now is a little forced almost. And I don't know.
He technically hasn't really had his WWE run yet because he had one match at the Rumble.
Yeah.
And then he got put on the shelf.
Yeah.
He's walking, he's talking. He hasn't had a run yet.
Okay.
It starts this weekend.
Fair.
It starts this weekend.
We're getting ahead of ourselves.
A little bit. You like Tiffy time. What did you think of Drew winning the briefcase?
I thought the whole thing was brilliant, predictable, but brilliant. I think it happened the way it should have happened because I didn't want two Money in the Banks running around. I didn't want a Mr. and a Mrs. running around. And it made sense for Drew to win it the way he did it and cash it in the way he cashed it in and then not win. And it just furthered the storyline. Well, yeah, I'm saying I don't really like Punk right now. I'm loving Drew. But I also kind of love that Drew didn't win because it adds more fuel to the fire, if that makes sense. So, yeah, I like it. What about you? What do you think about all that?
I think it furthered the plot very well.
Okay, yeah.
Realistically, out of all the people that were in that Money in the Bank, I think they still needed time.
Yeah.
Seasoning. Otherwise, you would have had somebody that you possibly really like lose the Money in the Bank cash in, and you might have soured your experience on the person. So I felt like the way the Drew stuff played out made perfect sense. And I feel like if it would have gone any longer, it would have started dragging. So the fact that they added Rollins to this really revitalizes it for me. I'm more excited now with the match now that Rollins is involved than I was just with those two.
Really?
I am, yeah. And I'm not the biggest Rollins guy. I'm not a hater. I'm not the biggest Rollins guy. But his je ne sais quoi adds a lot to that. Yeah.
I still feel like we're getting ahead of ourselves. How are we not getting ahead of ourselves with this?
Because there's a lot in the middle.
Okay.
But we're glossing over it because there's a lot of fat on Raw and SmackDown. Like out of the 5 hours of wrestling weekly, there's only about I can't really want to say this. Probably like an hour or an hour and a half of that weekly that actually matters.
Yeah.
Because it's that hour and a half that's ending up on this pay-per-view. It's not everyone. It's not Gable. It's not Otis. It's not the Wyatts. It's not fucking a decent to somewhat curious storyline between Final Testament and New Day, even though New Day keeps falling apart.
Don't get me started.
Ciampa and Gargano as tag champs. But there's a lot of stuff on that television show that is not ending up on our pay-per-view. So there's very little there. What matters is fucking deep. We're going to get into this card in a little bit. This is probably one of the better SummerSlams in recent memory because there's so much quality and it's not overbloated. There's probably like 7 matches announced so far. There might be one more announced tomorrow, maybe, but it's fucking stacked, dude.
Yeah.
And I feel like for the most part, Money in the Bank was status quo. The stuff we thought was going to happen happened.
Yeah, it was.
And it wasn't monumental, but it's this pay-per-view, SummerSlam, one of the big 4.
Right.
This is the monumental show.
Yeah.
And this is what we're building up to.
It's Summer WrestleMania.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we get there, how do you feel about Lashley and MVP seemingly being gone with WWE?
On the one hand, I get it. What the fuck have they even used MVP for recently?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. What have they used Lashley for recently? Nothing.
Yeah.
Like him with Private Party, like or Private Party. God damn it.
He went there.
I did. Oh god.
Street Profits.
Yeah, Street Profits.
God damn.
Him with the Street Profits, I thought was going to be good, but it kind of fizzled. It like, were we going to turn the Street Profits heel?
Did the fans want it?
Does that mean that Lashley was face? No. So
where's BFAB and all this?
Yeah. Oh, and BFAB. Oh, but like, yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. Like as far as what they were trying to do with that. So I understand why they were released. The optics of it weren't very good. Releasing them two and
Benjamin?
No, Tamina at the same time.
Oh yeah.
And it was like that was the headline. The 3 releases were all the 3, people of color, and it's like, it's like, see, we all told you Triple H was racist. And we're like, I mean, no, but maybe, yeah, I guess, but I mean, nah, I don't believe
you can
that,
add the black kid from the No Quarter Catch crew in NXT who also got let go, but they brought in his brother and they kept his brother.
Oh, I mean, yeah,
Damon Kemp.
Yeah, I guess, but like the optics wasn't good. If you were gonna,
the optics can't be that bad. We got a black guy as WWE champ,
and that's the counter argument.
Yeah, he's always at the cookout. There's no raisins in his fucking potato salad. He's good.
You sure?
I hope so.
Okay. Dougie, what's up, Doug? Doug is in the live chat. Nice to see you, sir.
Yeet. Oh man. So Rhea's back.
Yes, mommy's back.
Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle.
Thumbs up, chorus.
Okay, so Lashley and MVP are out.
Yeah.
Let's put the Houston and Houston Wrestling Radio for a second.
Oh.
Lashley and MVP are out. M&M Collection are in.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, Brennan and his boy Mansoor.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
What'd you think of the debut against FTR?
That was great, man. That was great. I think, what was it? Was it Twitter? I think it was Twitter, or excuse me, X. I think it was X where I can't remember if it was Brendan or Manny was one of them too, or maybe it was AEW themselves. I don't know. Somebody tweeted like, "Are the MXM collection gonna turn the top guys into bottom boys?"
Dude, Brendan with that slight hip attack.
Yeah.
A lot of posing, dude. What the fuck was WWE thinking?
We need to stop just referring to him by his government name. We need to stop saying Brendan and actually say what Mason Madden. Mason D. Madden. Yeah, Mason Madden and Monsoir. Yeah. But oh god, I was so happy to see them on ROH.
Pay-per-view on Friday. Also.
Yeah.
You saw the show?
No, I didn't see that one. Okay. No, I saw the after.
So on that same episode, did you catch the debut of Hologram?
No, I did not. I think I watched the Brendan stuff and like that was it.
You fast forward specifically looking for the Brendan stuff.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I specifically wanted to watch that.
All right.
Well, tell me about the hologram thing.
So Aramis, Luchador from AAA or CMLL, I forget. I don't know much about him, but they repackaged him as Hologram. And what's the transition here? I saw his match against Beast Mortos. Have you been digging Beast Mortos?
Yeah. I mean, I've always dug him.
Yeah.
The pronunciation, though. Commentators are like pronouncing it all wrong.
How are they saying it?
Muertos, muertes. Like they keep saying, like it's to the point that I don't even know what the correct pronunciation is.
They screwed up. It was it M&M collection or MXM collection?
X.
MXM.
MXM.
Yeah. Oh god. So hologram and Beast Mortos match of the week candidate. It's one. It's one of those matches where, in the beginning, you're like, "This guy, I'm not sure about this guy. This guy, I don't know this guy." And then before the match is over, you're like standing ovation towards some of the spots in the end because they're hooking the audience.
Really,
both of them.
Really,
there's a character with Mortos because he wrestles in that mask, and you wonder how the fuck he wrestles with that mask.
Yeah,
and it's not a typical luchador mask.
Right.
There's chains to it. It pops out. There's a lot.
There's a lot.
There's a lot of character in it. It is a lot.
Yeah.
And for the shape that he's in, the stuff he does, you're surprised.
Yeah.
And hologram,
which is what surprises me a lot with HWR. But
same.
You know, I mean, I didn't mean to derail you from your point, but it's part of the reason why I really, really like HWR.
They're not your typical wrestlers, lucha-looking guys.
He might be my favorite luchador right now.
HWR.
He might be my favorite luchador. Yeah,
I could second that.
Sorry, back to your point.
Hologram is probably like your top shelf of the typical Mexican luchador, but they don't do the Mexican style luchador stuff in the sense of you watch a lot of Lucha Libre, a lot of it is guys standing around waiting for spots to happen.
Yeah.
There is a fluidity between Hologram and Beast Mortos where you're like, yo, okay, I want more of this. And we obviously got more of it in a sense because Mortos pinned Mark Briscoe last night in that 6-man. So you're thinking he might get a title shot for that Ring of Honor title since he's got a pinfall victory over him. Mustafa Ali versus Speedball Mike Bailey.
I wanted to see that. How was it?
Bruh.
Really?
I'm talking about it now. That shit was fire.
Was it?
It was fucking good. Speedball won the match in his hometown of Canada.
I heard.
Yeah.
Hometown of Canada.
It's good. Yeah. Next time we get together, I'm gonna pull up my little magic channel.
Yeah.
We'll watch it together.
What does TNA fall under?
Indies.
The rest?
Yeah.
Okay.
Indies.
What do we have as match of the year candidate for
Will
TNA?
Ospreay versus Josh Alexander in the beginning of the year.
From TNA.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want you to blow your load too early, but how does this compare to that? Are we going to be measuring thumbs?
We might be.
We might if I watch it.
Yeah, we could be.
Okay. Because that's what I heard about the match. I just haven't seen the match.
And we're gonna give TNA some more flowers. That show was pretty consistent overall.
Okay.
Not in a okay, so I'll say it right. Ash by Elegance did pretty good against Jordan Grace.
Okay.
She lost, but it was good.
Okay.
Jordan Grace carried her to a pretty good match. PCO versus AJ Francis, aka Top Dollar, was fun shit.
Make yo holla.
Yeah, that shit was fun.
Are you really giving flowers to fucking AJ Francis?
The pay-per-view.
Okay.
The pay-per-view.
Okay.
The main event, it was an elimination 6-man for the the world title. Joe Hendry eliminated Moose, the champion at the as that match started.
Yeah.
So that got him a very good rub.
But then he got eliminated.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that.
Yeah.
Not seeing the. I remember seeing people talk about
it. It's good that they didn't leave him as the last two, because if he was the last one, having the hope of everyone in there and then losing, that would have pissed some people off. So I see the elimination happening when it did.
Yeah.
Show was fucking good. Show was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Raw a few weeks back, Breaker versus Dragunov for a #1 contendership.
Did I see this?
That's where the ref stoppage.
I did not see it.
So they wrestled twice.
The
first time was just as good, but the second time was the ref stoppage because Dragunov jumped off the rope and Breaker speared him, and Dragunov landed funny enough that he sold being knocked out, and the ref stopped the match and gave Breaker. So Breaker is #1 contender.
Nice.
Tuesday. night one of Great American Bash for NXT, the main event, Thea Hale. Oh, I caught it. Thea Hale versus Roxanne Perez for the women's title was fucking good. Yeah,
I want to say that I saw that. I want to say that I saw that.
If Arnold wasn't watching the Texans right now, he'd be all over this comment right now.
Okay.
This match. But the coup d'etat. MJF, Ospreay, 59 minutes, 58 seconds. MJF is the new internet American champion. The bell rings. MJF steals it. He's the new champ. The first word that comes to your mind is what?
Brilliant. Brilliant. I loved that finish. So I benefited from the fact of watching it without knowing what was happening. I want to say that I watched it live, but I think it was actually like maybe 15 minutes behind. So I was able to fast forward through like commercial breaks and stuff like that, right? But I wasn't expecting the match to go as long as it did. So when we were at the 20-minute mark, I'm like, oh, this is a pretty good match. What's going on? Oh, 30-minute mark. Oh, shit. I wonder if they're going to do a time limit draw on this. Well, you know what? That makes sense because it's a title match and you can't have MJF lose. You can't take the title off of Ospreay. Oh, okay. And then it was like
40 minutes in, MJF takes the hidden blade from outside the ring.
And I thought it was over. And he did the, and then, boop, oh, fuck. I was like, that's it. It's done.
Sold it like fucking death.
Yes. I was like, that's it. That was, oh. And then 50 minutes in, and we're like, oh, shit, they're still in this? Holy shit. We're you know, and I was very surprised. 55 minutes in, and we're like,
MJF hit that elbow drop on Ospreay with the table outside.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And I was like, God, they're really pulling out all the stops. What this is going to be a time limit draw. This is going to go to a time limit draw. Holy shit. Good job, y'all. Y'all are doing a great fucking Broadway. This is going to be great.
Didn't feel like 30, didn't feel like 40, didn't feel like 50, didn't feel like 59.
And then
after all that.
And then was it 2 minutes left in the match? That's when shenanigans started happening. And I was like, they're not gonna. No, they can't.
Not in Little Rock.
No, they're still gonna come down. Oh shit, the dynamite ring. Oh, he doesn't have enough time. This is still gonna go to a draw. He's gonna try to cheat to win. He's not gonna win it. Dynamite ring down. 1, 2, 3 with 2 seconds left. What? Wait a second. Did Rimsberg fuck up? Did Brian Rimsberg count too soon? Was he supposed to go all the way to 0 and not? Oh my God. Wait. This is legit? This is legit? Holy shit. Like, I was so stunned.
So was the audience.
Brilliant.
Everyone in there was quiet as fuck. They're like, oh man.
Yeah. Fuck, man. I loved it. I loved it so much, man.
My first thought was this.
That was your first thought?
Thumbs up or thumbs down? Match of the year candidate.
Put that thing away for a second. Just for a second. Hold on to it.
You got some nits to pick?
I think I told you. I can't remember if this is on air or off air. I had a pretty lengthy conversation with Arnold about this match. At work.
Go for it.
Arnold did not see the match on Wednesday. He saw it on not the next Thursday night, but the following Thursday night. So it was MJF versus Ospreay and then Blood and Guts. And I was like, hey, you need to watch these matches. So he did on that Thursday after both of them were over. Then I had a conversation with him next day at work. And I wanted to do the same thing with him. I'm like, I don't think you're going to be in the live chat, but just between us girls, what do you think about that match? Do you think it's... And he's, no. And I was like, no? Why? Well, I think you could guess a couple of reasons why.
Go for it.
One, he's never a fan of shenanigans.
Yeah.
So the ring shenanigans, he didn't like it. And I was arguing against it. I was like, no, man, it makes sense for MJF. Of course, he's now a full-blown out heel. He had the babyface run. It soured. He got soured on it, and now he's a heel again. It makes sense that that's what he would do to piss off everybody. Yeah. And he's like, well, okay, I get it, but that doesn't mean that I like it. But the other thing, too, is you told me to set aside a lot of time, right? I told him, yeah. I didn't tell him it was a 1 hour draw or getting close to a 1 hour draw. I just said, you need to watch it. But when you watch it, make sure you have some time. So he already knew that it was going to go long. So he was looking at it and he said, and I quote, it felt like the first 20 minutes were just like the first 20 minutes of Brett versus Shawn.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, maybe
Is he okay?
going into it knowing that it's going to be a 1 hour thing, you're really looking, because I can't honestly say that I was really paying attention the first 15, 20 minutes of the match, right? Like, I knew that it was going on. I knew that it was good. I was like paying attention, whatever. Okay, cool. Just going about the rest of my evening. But then it started getting my attention when it was going longer because it was going longer. He was paying attention right from the get-go, looking with scrutiny to see whether or not this match is better than Ospreay versus Okada, Ospreay versus Takeshita, Ospreay
Fletcher.
versus Fletcher. Ospreay. He was trying to.
That's what happens here with HWR when people don't watch it in the moment and we tell them to watch it later. And we're carving out the time.
And that's exactly what he did. And he was like, bro, no. Takeshita versus Ospreay is better. No, but he also thinks, I think it was him versus Swerve was better.
It's a good thing he's not here.
Well, it's true. He's not here. So that was his argument against it. Now, again, he's probably watching the Texans. He's not watching it live. And it's me and you here right now. And he already disagrees.
I will echo his sentiment in this sense.
Okay.
This is probably the only nit I have to pick.
Okay. How many times have you watched the match?
Once.
Okay. Was it live?
Yes.
Okay.
Omega versus Danielson non-title. How long was the time limit in that match?
Fuck, I don't know.
It was 30 minutes.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hangman Danielson for the world title. What was the time limit?
Was that also 30?
That was an hour.
That was an hour. Okay.
Because that was the world title.
Okay.
A part of me wants to call out the fact that this is the fourth title in that company. World title, TNT title, Continental title, because that name hasn't been changed yet. And then whatever this belt is, because it's changing it again. Does the fourth belt really need to be an hour time limit, or should it be 30-minute time limit?
I understand your point, but I'm going to disagree with it being the fourth. It's the third.
Does the third belt deserve to be a 1 hour time limit title match or a 30-minute title match?
If they're going to consider it the workhorse title, sure, why not?
I thought that's what the TBS title was for.
Is it? I don't know.
And it's your world title that main events all the pay-per-views.
Okay.
That's the only nit I have to pick. Like, if every title match is an hour time limit draw, bro, I don't have enough time in the day to support that much wrestling.
Okay.
You know, this could have been part 2 in Wembley.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With that being said, goddamn, it's easy for us to fawn over the match with Takeshita because Ospreay and Takeshita, it's like Ken and Ryu, similar styles, a lot of back and forth, a lot of high, fast pace.
Mm-hmm.
We're watching it for the wrestling, for the athleticism, for not a negative way, for the acrobat. This had story.
Yeah.
This match had story. This match had enough wrestling to keep that kind of fan entertained. It had enough story in the match to keep people that like old school wrestling, the corporate wrestling, keep their attention. I think this was a fair balance of everything. And not some, and it almost like they catered to each other. MJF brought out enough flippy dippy to hang with Ospreay. Yeah. Ospreay slowed down a lot in this match. Granted, because he's working for 59 minutes, 58 seconds. But he slowed down enough that he can tell an actual story.
Right.
The selling, the spots, the facial expressions, the money shot of MJF getting fucking hidden bladed from the outside of the ring.
Yeah.
I'm starting to get goosebumps now just thinking. There's a lot of memorable spots in that match. And not all of it is something that either guy would risk.
The tease of the Tiger Driver.
Yeah. And he's still hooking on that. You know, the one guy that you should drop him on his head.
Yeah.
You still don't want to do it because you've got months long build respect for that. There's a lot in that match. You know?
I'm glad you kind of brought it up because it's something else that I want to
address.
Not harp on, but maybe address. Maybe that's a better thing. Because I think I've said this before here on this show. But sometimes I feel like I might be the only one in the IWC saying this. MJF is sneaky fucking good at wrestling.
Yeah. He does the shit that you want him to do, but he's not going to give it to everyone every time.
Right.
Yeah.
Like he is just as good as some of these internet darlings that we have. And I'm not saying, oh, boo the internet darlings. I'm not a fucking curmudgeon. I like Ospreay just as much as the next guy. I like Ricochet. I liked Ospreay versus Ricochet, right? So I'm not curmudgeon-y like that, where it's like, oh, well, you have to have this slower pace or whatever. But no, MJF is sneaky good the way how Stone Cold was sneaky good.
Before he got dropped on his head.
Right. Stone Cold slowed down and scaled back his repertoire because of his character. He's like, I can't be a fucking badass brawler Texas rattlesnake and pulling out Hurricane Ranas. Mm-hmm. Can he do them? Can he do tilt-a-whirl DDTs? Can he do? Yes, he could do all of that shit. But he did it because it didn't fit the character. And I feel like that's what MJF does. Do you really think him doing that suicide dive last year was the first time he ever did a fucking dive? No. But it made sense for the character.
Yeah.
Right? MJF is sneaky good. And when he needs to hang, he can fucking hang. And he proved that in this match.
Yeah. And he'll get another chance to do it in Wembley.
I know. Oh, God. I'm so erect for that match. All right. That being said, thank you. On the count of 3, thumbs up. It's on our match of the year list. Or thumbs down. It's not.
Un, deux, trois.
Oh, God damn. How many times are we going to have Ospreay on the match of the year candidacy list? Our end of year episode for 2024, you may as well just call it Ospreay in review, right? Bruv. Jesus Christ. All right.
MJF and Ospreay dethrones Ospreay versus Konosuke Takeshita from Revolution.
Right.
Yeah. Wow. It's good. If it makes you feel any better, I'm 3 matches in to Konosuke Takeshita in the G1 Climax.
Yeah.
He is getting over as fuck in front of that audience.
Yeah.
He was 2-0. He beat Jeff Cobb. He beat Yoda Tsuji, the dude that smiles a lot.
Yeah.
He wrestled Yuya Uemura in his 3rd match.
I don't know who that is.
I don't either. But I'm gonna, because that shit was fucking good.
Okay.
That's the match that so we're in a spot now where we need to find some new pillars in New Japan because all the old timers are either leaving or olding.
Losing a step.
Yeah. Apparently the Naito match.
I tried to say it nicer. Motherfucker just said olding.
Naito is like on his last gas, dude. He had a stinker at main eventing the second night of G1, from what I heard. And there's not a lot left. Tanahashi's already president now. He's wrestling very little. Okada is getting paid here in the U.S. Is not really. We'll get to that in a little bit.
Yeah.
So we need new pillars. We need new young guys. So they're floating around. They tried.
What about Shooter?
He's getting there.
Okay.
He's another kid. Finley. They tried giving the Finley kid the rub.
Yeah.
Leading the Bullet Club. They got Shooter Umino there. Suji, another guy. Yuyamura is the other youngin. Those four, those are the guys that they're looking to like elevate into the next spots.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hopeful. They got a ways away. I think adding Takeshita in the mix is really helping right now.
Okay,
for G1. Kind of disappointed that they didn't throw another AEW guy in there for the other block.
Okay.
So anybody could have used that. Fuck, you know what? You want to go full Callis family? If he was healthy, you could have put fucking Powerhouse.
Oh.
You could put Powerhouse in there.
Oh.
Tell me you don't want to see Powerhouse against Cobb?
Yeah.
Against
Shingo.
Oh. Yeah. But Konosuke's doing good right now. I've got some catching up to do. Like I've been dabbling in the New Japan stuff. Obviously, about the match of the year candidate list that I got. I've been dabbling in a lot. But there's good stuff there. I'm curious to see where it's gonna settle, because this year it could be anyone this year. I don't want to say that they're down in popularity, but it's definitely lesser than 5 years ago.
Oh yeah, their stock is down.
Omega, Okada, Suzuki was healthier. Ishii was a lot more mobile.
Murder Grandpa.
Yeah. It feels like this is the new generation WWE, where we got Brett and Shawn and Diesel, and Undertaker starting to find his groove. That's where I feel like that's where we're at with New Japan. And I'm curious to see where they go with it. I'm curious to see what sticks, what's not working. Because I've been watching a lot of this G1. It's been pretty surprising. There's a lot of potential there. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, not to stray too far from the topic, because I feel we're doing that all night tonight. We're just straying from the topic.
Everywhere.
That being said, there was a further conversation that I had with Arnold, which stemmed from a conversation that I had with Portia.
Okay.
Arnold and Portia both are of the opinion that Blood and Guts was better than the match we just put on our Match of the Year candidacy list. I saw you stop chewing on your chicken nugget. Shall we talk about Blood and Guts?
What?
That was the opinion. When Portia was done watching Blood and Guts, I came home. I forget what I was doing. I was doing something else, but I came home and she was like, "Hey, you need to watch this match." Okay, cool. Blood and Guts? Yeah. Was it good? Yeah. Was it better than last week's main event? Actually, yeah. No way. Yeah, it was. Okay. I didn't watch it that night. I watched it the next night, which is also the same night Arnold watched his. So on Friday, when we were talking about Ospreay and MJF, I said, well, okay, if you don't think Ospreay and MJF was that good, do you think that Portia is right saying that Blood and Guts is better? And he goes, you know what? Actually, yeah. I go, what? You think Blood and Guts is better? Because remember, Arnold's always the guy that's like, I don't like gore, right? He doesn't like blood. He certainly doesn't like guts, you know? So I was like, really? You think that? He just thought it was more fun. He was more sports entertained. He thought it was wild and crazy, and he thought that the stuff with like the staple gun. He thought that staple gun spot was funny. right? Where they all jumped up on Swerve with the staple guns. They all had to know that, which I thought that was entertaining too. Don't get me wrong. I thought it was pretty cool. But he said something interesting about that match that I do have to agree with him on. It made Swerve look more important than they've been making Swerve look in recent past since he's become the world champ. Like, he was the world champ. He was the one that they didn't want him in the ring. They try to shackle him outside to make sure he doesn't get in because, oh shit, when he gets in, it's over for us. So they were putting a little bit more importance on him. And I'm like, you know what? You got a point. And I've been waiting for them to put importance on Swerve. You're right. And I enjoyed the match a lot too. I'm not going to shit all over this match. I thought it was good, if not great. I don't think it's on my match of the year candidacy list, but I had to tell you what they said. What say you now?
It might have been one of the better blood and guts matches that they've had. Mind you, the bar for that's kind of low.
All right.
Let's start with my biggest flaw with the match.
Okay, what is that?
I'm not a big fan of the hostage situation.
Okay.
It's a shit finish.
Okay.
Let's go one further. Darby got on the mic. Hey, if you don't give me my title match against Jack Perry for the TBS title in Wembley, I'm going to burn his fucking face up.
Yeah.
All right, you got it. So where's the Acclaims matches? Where's Mark Briscoe's match against Okada?
They didn't ask for it.
But they're all yeah. So where's the booking? Why didn't they get their ask?
Mm-hmm.
You know? And it just feels like the drama with a lot of multi-man matches is who's going to be the one to break, who's going to take so much whooping that their shoulders are actually going to be down for the 3 count, or who's going to be the last 2 men standing that one falls on top of the other, or one person's on a submission for so long and then another person wakes up and it's a 2-person submission and the heel is fighting for it because he doesn't want to lose it for his team.
Yeah.
And then a 3rd person comes and actually assists to make the submission so hard that he either passes out or he taps out, that it took 2 people or 3 people to beat him the fuck up. The hostage.
You really like those triple teams, don't you?
What's your favorite kind of match?
Oh, triple threat.
There you go. So I feel like it's very underwhelming to do so much build up to a finale that's down here.
Yeah.
That's my problem with the finish of the match.
I understand what you said. I would like to just defend it a little bit.
Go for it. I'll leave the last nugget for you.
I don't want it.
Oh, fuck it, then.
Jack Perry did a great fucking job emoting in that moment. He looked like his facial expression was he was relieved but pissed at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And there was just such a complication of emotions on his face that he did such a good fucking job that I'm not as upset with the ending as I thought I would have been. I get what you're saying. I still don't think it's the best ending.
No.
But if that's the ending you're going to go with, Jack Perry did a damn good job selling it. His facial expressions were very subtle.
Is it too on the nose that the scapegoat had to be the one handcuffed to lose? What if it was Okada?
I didn't even think about that.
What if it was Okada?
I didn't even think about that. So
what if it was Hangman?
It's not too on the nose.
What if it was Hangman?
If it was Hangman, the Bucks probably would not have protected him. Am I wrong?
Yeah, so keep...
I'm wrong.
So, no, it's not that you're wrong.
Okay.
So keep beating the shit out of him that he's handcuffed. If they were able to beat Swerve because he was handcuffed,
yeah.
If the Bucks weren't going to give up, eventually Hangman would have.
Yeah. I still think it's a less than ideal booking situation
Yeah.
So that's on whoever had the book, whoever was the producer and the booker of the match, either Tony Khan or whoever else produced the match.
I would have had either of the Bucks be the one.
I'm trying to give Jack Perry flowers for how he handled this situation and how he acted and emoted in that situation.
But
that's all I'm trying to do.
But could it have been a better position?
Yes, it could have been a better position.
Yeah.
But again, I'm still trying to give him his flowers.
I found it kind of weird that everyone was going back and forth to the one side of the cage where the door was to pull weapons out.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you're going through the effort to keep everyone in the cage, if you do a cool spot where like Braun Strowman spears you through this cage door and the cage door opens, that's one thing. But if you're using fucking bolt cutters to get out of the cage when it's a fucking cage match, you're supposed to be in the cage.
Well, the bolt cutters were taken out because Swerve needed to get in the match. That's how that got introduced.
So then why did Jarrett have a key?
Didn't the key like not work or some bullshit? No, the key freed him from the handcuffs, but to get into the cage, he needed bolt cutters, so he bolt cuttered to get into the match. He was shackled on the outside of the cage, so he got unshackled. Then they used the bolt cutters to let himself in. That's what that was. Somebody wasn't paying attention to the match.
Because there's a lot going on. It's easy to keep track of an hour-long match when it's just two people. It's not that easy keeping up with a 45-minute, 50-minute match when there's 10 people in there.
10 plus extra characters.
Extra people.
Yeah. Like Jared and...
Highlight Darby's fucking coffin drop.
Yeah?
Holy fuck.
Yeah, that was fun.
Swerve overcoming the staples and doing the spots to get his staple in.
Yeah.
Okada teasing the Rainmaker just to give middle finger and then stapling the finger.
That's true.
Yeah,
yes.
There's some good spots in there. Does it further the plot that already existed? Is this the Black Widow movie where this wasn't necessary to tell the story that they've been telling?
I don't think it was necessary.
That's another hang-up of mine.
Yeah.
It's like I bitched WWE booking every year when we had Elimination Chamber in February and we had such and such in June and then such and such in September, these stipulation pay-per-views on certain dates where you're booking into a corner where you have to give in to the stipulation instead of actually telling the story. You could have done something else instead of blood and guts. And it just feels like this, in a lot of aspects, it didn't move the storytelling of where we were going anyway. I feel like we did this backwards. All In's the big pay-per-view. So why are we having a blow-off match before the big pay-per-view? We should be having the blow-off match after the pay-per-view. After your big pay-per-view of the year.
Yeah.
Story's a little disjointed.
And that might be just because they're trying to pop a number on Dynamite.
Yeah.
But Blood and Guts has always been on Dynamite.
No, but I'm saying like move it to fucking
I get it.
Yeah.
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 All right. So that's not match of the year candidate worthy. Okay. Can we get to previewing SummerSlam now? Because we are over an hour into the show. We've been talking about everything but.
The only non-title match in this pay-per-view. CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre with Seth Rollins as a guest referee, enforcer, fashionista. Give me a number.
10. I'm at 10 for this match.
I'm right there with you, man. Fucking 10.
Most of that for me is Drew and Seth. I mean, we discussed it a little bit earlier about how I'm kind of disillusioned with Punk. But
that still doesn't give you the right to wear a Jericho shirt on television.
Well, that's true. Wait a second. Oh, one other thing. Got to go back to AEW just for a spot, just for a little scotch.
A spot of bother.
The Bad Apple. Bounty Hunter Brian Keith. I love the fact that Brian Keith is getting his moments with Jericho, with fucking Minoru Suzuki, with all that. Like, it's pretty cool for him. Now I get it. The storyline, if it wasn't for the fact that it's like a hometown guy that's popping me for this, if it was just like someone else, I would say that they're doing a disservice to whoever that person is, because this story, this character development of Jericho is not getting over. I get it,
guys.
Yeah, but I'm still happy for BK.
You're giving it a chance for BK.
I'm giving it a chance for BK.
Okay.
That's it. Okay. Back to Punk and Drew. Sorry. 10. Yeah, even though I am a little bit disillusioned with Punk, I think that the story has warranted enough interest that I'm fucking hooked. I really, really liked the fact that Seth made it perfectly clear that he hates both guys. When I saw that he was going to be the referee, I was like, well, that's kind of whack, because doesn't Seth want a piece of Punk too? So he's just going to be the referee and screw over one or the other? But no, I felt like his reasoning and his explanation on Raw was sufficient enough to be like, okay, I get it. I'm on board. You really want a piece of Punk, but you don't mind if Drew does the dirty work too, and you don't like Drew either, so but you'll call it down the middle, but you won't call it down the middle, because he's going to let you beat the shit out of each other just for his entertainment and his enjoyment and his pettiness. He said he was petty. He's going to let that shit happen. So I was like, okay, I'm in.
Yeah,
I'm in. I would have been at like an 8, maybe even a 7 before hearing what Seth had to say. Now I'm at a 10. Seth sold it for me. Which is weird to say about a guest referee selling it for me.
Unlike you, most of this is because of Punk. I still am interested in Punk. I think Punk is the sun that all the other planets are orbiting around.
Wow.
If this was anyone else against McIntyre, no one would give a shit about McIntyre.
Okay.
It's Punk that's making people care about McIntyre. It's McIntyre's responses to Punk's bullshit that's making people like McIntyre more than.
Yeah.
And now you add Rollins into this.
Yeah.
Bro, I have an idea of where this could go.
Okay.
But right now we're going to just talk about SummerSlam. Mm-hmm. I'm at a 10.
Yeah.
I have chicanery.
Yeah.
I'm pulling up a cover song. I'm calling it right now. There is not going to be a winner
at all.
No
contest. Double DQ. Seth isn't going to let a double DQ happen.
WWE Breakdown in 1999. Undertaker versus Kane for the world title. Steve Austin is the guest referee. Person that was fucked over the WWE title. Stunners, both of them in the end. 1, 2, 3. Nobody won. That shit was over. You just said how much Seth Rollins hates both of them equally. What does he get with McIntyre winning? Fucking nothing. What does he get with Punk winning? But fuck nothing. It's in his best interest to give 0 fucks about this match. And when it's time to call the match, he doesn't do shit. Or he takes both of them out with a curb stomp. He does the 1, 2, 3. He poses for 5 minutes. and the story continues. Make it a triple threat in the next pay-per-view. Bad Blood.
Okay.
Or Berlin.
Okay.
I'll throw all 3 of them. And then they're parallel courses that are going to merge, is my guess.
Okay.
Because I mentioned earlier about how stipulation pay-per-views can hinder booking.
Right.
If Triple H plays his Uno cards right, he has a flawless Elimination Chamber match. Because
Drew, Punk, Seth.
So who did Drew lose at WrestleMania 2 for the title? That started all this. That continued all this. Damian. Who is Damian wrestling right now this weekend?
Gunther.
And who in Judgment Day has been teasing kind of some dissension with Damian?
Finn.
That's your
Huh.
You tell all these stories around here, and then when it's time to put all the ingredients together, that's your chamber match.
Huh. Send me the check, yeah.
But for now, in August, SummerSlam, there's WWE's cooking. We mentioned it earlier. Priest and Gunther.
Mm-hmm.
The World Heavyweight title on the men's side. Give me
you said your prediction.
No one's winning.
No one's winning.
What's your prediction?
LOL, Punk wins. Somehow Punk wins it, and that just infuriates McIntyre even more. And somehow, some way, that also he wins it in a fashion that also pisses off Seth more.
So Seth gets knocked out by Drew. Punk puts Drew to sleep. Punk grabs Rollins' unconscious hand and does the 3 count for him.
Oh, yeah.
And that'll piss Rollins off because he didn't do the 3 count.
Or a backup referee, just some random fucking ref comes out and
does a fast count because he's the guy that got beat up by Drew.
Maybe. Yeah.
Gunther and Priest.
All right, Gunther and Priest. I am at an 8.5. I want to be higher, but there's a lot of unknowns in this match, not with storyline, but what's it going to be like when the light is shining the brightest on 2 somewhat unproven guys? Mm-hmm. Now, don't take this as shade. I love me some Damian Priest. I was sitting here last year saying Damian Priest needs to be world champ soon. I was giving him flowers for everything he did with fucking Bad Bunny. He did WWE's dirty work, and he excelled at doing it, and I am glad he's world champ. Gunther, I've never been the biggest fan of Gunther / Walter, but I'm coming around to him. I thought he was a little boring in the ring. Yeah, sure, the chops are great to look at, but sometimes I want more than chops. But what's going on with him is kind of interesting. It seems as though he's ditched Imperium, and I guess he's on his way to a world title, but is he? And it's weird because I feel like neither one of these guys should be losing world title matches at fucking SummerSlam, but one of them's got to lose. And I don't want either to lose because I feel like a loss for either one of them is going to be a momentum derailer. So that's why I'm not at a 10, because I don't like either scenario. I don't like it if Priest wins and Gunther loses. I don't like it if Gunther wins and Priest loses. I kind of want both guys to win, but I know I can't have that. So maybe this wasn't the right time to book this match.
I'm at a 7.
Okay. I thought you were going to be higher.
I called it a couple of episodes ago that they had to start doing things to make Damian Priest the obvious face.
Okay.
And I think we reached the apex when they had the backstage with Priest, Dominic, and Jay Uso, where he was trying to he wanted to holler at Rhea. and then Jay's like, Wefa! And Priest was like, yeet, and they're getting along.
Yeah.
And if the face is getting along with another person using his catchphrase and letting it slide, then by proxy, he becomes face. This Judgment Day stuff, we're not cheering Rhea. We're fawning over Rhea.
Right.
We're still booing Dominic.
Right.
But when he gets licked by Rhea, we're by proxy cheering Dominic.
We're also cheering for Carlito because Carlito's just funny.
But we're still booing Funko Pop.
Right.
Are we booing Finn by proxy because he's tag champs with Funko Pop, or do we don't boo those abs?
Can't boo those abs.
Priest is in a group where it's not solidified either way where they are, but the last couple of outings and the promo of him being from the streets, it's like, okay, we get it. He's the guy we're supposed to cheer. If we haven't made it clear enough that Gunther is the guy we're definitely supposed to boo, now they made it clear that this is the guy we're supposed to cheer.
Right.
Remember, there's a difference between booing Cena and cheering Cena's opponent.
Yeah, there was.
So now there's a clear cut. We're not just booing Gunther, we're cheering Priest. I think we needed a little more time in the oven for that to feel authentic.
Okay.
The face turn because again,
okay,
I feel like he's gonna have the face turn once he loses the title and Judgment Day falls around him, or their stories happen without him. I've got Gunther winning this hands down.
Really?
Yeah, I've got Gunther winning this.
This that
is
obvious.
Moment. This is his moment. Yeah.
I don't think it's that obvious. I'm very torn. And when I'm torn like this, I want to just default to no title change. I think I got Damian winning. Either that or some sort of screwy DQ finish.
I've got Gunther.
You got Gunther winning it?
Yeah.
Ooh.
This is a guy that held the Intercontinental title for 666 days.
Yeah.
If someone's held the belt that long, they're not losing twice in a year.
Ooh.
And they already lost at WrestleMania, the biggest event of the year, to end the streak. Gunther already lost. So
his consolation is winning at SummerSlam.
So third or fourth biggest show of the year, Gunther losing again. No.
Okay.
And here's the reason why I say this, because I'm sliding over to
Did you say third or fourth for SummerSlam?
What's the second biggest show of the year?
SummerSlam.
It's not the Rumble?
No. Rumble's the third.
You think SummerSlam is the second biggest pay-per-view of the year?
Yes.
The second most anticipated show of the year.
Yes.
What match does SummerSlam have that we look forward to every year?
What match does WrestleMania have that we look forward to?
It's WrestleMania. It's the first pay-per-view WWE threw.
And it's SummerSlam. It's summer WrestleMania.
Do we count during SummerSlam?
What do you mean count?
Yeah, Royal Rumble.
Well, yeah. Royal Rumble is one, well, now two, now that there's a women's match. And that's it. Like, the title matches don't fucking matter at Royal Rumble.
How many title matches that matter at SummerSlam?
This one and then what the other one is.
Transition.
They're going to matter.
I can't have both the King and Queen of the Ring lose or win. Nia is not beating Bayley. I'm at a 7 for Nia versus Bayley. You know what? I'm at an 8 for Nia versus Bayley.
Why did you just bump it up?
Because I remembered NXT TakeOver London was Nia and Bayley, and they did pretty good. Yeah, that was pretty good.
All right.
Nia is looking the best she's ever been, which is not saying a lot, but if you pay attention, you notice.
Okay.
Character's a lot better.
Oh yeah, her fucking bonsai is great.
Yeah. It took a minute, but I think Bayley's found her own as like the tweener champ.
Mm-hmm.
Her without damage control.
Mm-hmm.
It might be kind of weird if we try to get Bayley back with damage control, because damage control now is faces against LESBIANS, right? They're the faces, right? Because the LGBTQ universe took them out, right? Feige would be proud.
Yeah.
So, not sure baby faces, not sure babyface world champion.
Yeah.
Have to come back around.
Yeah.
But yeah, Nia will put on a fucking show. She's not winning this match.
Okay.
No, I wouldn't have Bayley drop the belt right now.
I would agree.
Bayley's dropping it to Tiffany Stratton. When? I don't know. Bayley is not dropping it to Nia Jax.
Bayley's not dropping it to Nia Jax here.
No. Do you think she can drop it to Tiffany Stratton?
Yes, here? I do. Ooh. Yes, I do. I think that could happen. That could be a nice shakeup worthy of the second biggest show of the year. Definitely not the fourth. How dare you besmirch SummerSlam by saying it's the fourth?
Yo, those classic 5-on-5 Survivor Series.
When was the last time they did that for not bragging rights and it actually meant something?
That's why it's not third anymore. The odds of Tiffany cashing in on 1 to 10.
It can. I think there's a good maybe 40% chance that it actually happens.
Okay.
So not the majority, right? Mm-hmm. It probably won't, but it could.
You think with Drew cashing in the same night, it would be in WWE's better interest to have Tiffy hold on to it for a while instead of cashing it the next pay-per-view after?
Well, that would be the entire argument for the other 60%. Because while I don't necessarily like their perpetually being a Mr. or Mrs. Money in the Bank running around, it gets old after a while. Oh, is it going to cash it in? And it ain't cashing it. Yeah. It gets old. Yeah. I kind of see it as almost a point of it being a bit of a staple now. So I kind of want quick cash-ins at some point, whether it's 24 or 2025 or 2026, where we could just have a break where we don't have a lengthy hauling around a briefcase of somebody, where both the men's and the women's kind of get rid of it quick. So the rest of the year you can forget about it. So that way the next Money in the Bank, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Oh yeah. Or
have Tiffany Stratton come out the next night after winning the briefcase. I've busted my ass. My childhood dream is to main event WrestleMania. There is no more doubt. I am cashing this in at WrestleMania, and this is the last time you'll see me with this briefcase.
Somebody needs to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know who, but somebody, and it's not going to be Tiffany Stratton because it's too late now.
Yeah, and she's a heel.
Yeah,
still.
Yeah. There was somebody,
we like her.
Somebody needs to do that. Somebody needs to be like, cool, the next night, like you just said, hey, I'm cashing this in. Hunter, Adam Pearce, fucking
next year, Breaker.
Whoever. Yeah. Breaker saying, all right, I won this thing. Here you go. You can have it back. I'm getting my shot at WrestleMania. I don't care who's the champ.
Underdog babyface, Dragunov.
Okay.
Yeah. And you have that 9 months or 10 months to watch him grow into a heavyweight championship contender.
Yeah.
You know, he's NXT World former champ, just like Breaker would be. So there's credibility there to watch them grow into that spot, whether they win or lose. If they've made it clear, it's like, this is when I'm using it, and I'm not mentioning it afterwards.
Yeah.
On the other side of the women's, Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley. Women's world title.
Liv versus Ripley. Yeah. I am at a 10.
Wow.
10. This is the best story on WWE right now. Hands down. It is the best story. Yeah, I'm saying that. I'm standing by that fucking statement, dude. That is the best story right now. Anytime you got mommy up there with Dom, and then Dom's like, oh, I don't know, and Liv, but then you finally fucking turned around. It's like, no, Liv, fuck you. I don't want you. You know, like now Liv is like standing in front of a fucking trash fire with fucking Dom's face behind, and she's like, I just want to hear those 3 little words, women's world champ. Fuck. Yeah, the revenge tour still isn't over. Now she has more reason for revenge. Fuck. Yes. I am down. And I don't know who I want to actually win this. I don't know if I want mommy to actually get the belt back. I think I kind of want to watch the world burn, and we let Liv keep it a little bit. Beat mommy. Stir the pot in Judgment Day a little bit more, you know?
Medlin, did you just hear this motherfucker say that's the best story in WWE right now?
What's up, Robert?
Did you hear that shit?
It is.
Damn, it has been a while.
I stand by my statement.
Well, you're sitting down, number one, so that's how I know you're wrong.
Well, something else is standing. Because we're talking about living mommy.
Ease.
All of a sudden, the table is leaning like this. You're at a 10 too, you bitch. Giving me a hard time.
Best story in WWE is a little bit of a stretch.
A little bit of a stretch? Okay.
But it is definitely, when I made the comparison earlier, out of the 5 hours of WWE television between Raw and SmackDown, about an hour or an hour and a half is the meat of it. It's those breasts, it's those thighs, it's those ass. That's meat.
No bread,
no water, only meat. It's weird. The only issue that I have with this match is that we've kind of had this match before.
Okay.
Let's rewind a little bit.
Okay.
You remember WrestleMania where it was Alexa Bliss as the heel against big Nia Jax as the bullied babyface.
Okay.
How did that go?
Nothing good.
I'm worried that the storytelling will get lost in translation with Liv being the pipsqueak heel and Liv being the woman that should wipe her out in 4 minutes, because before Liv had the belt 6 months ago, 7 months ago on Raw, Rhea beat Liv in 6 minutes. Other than that, I'm staring with all 2 eyes and 2 heads wide open. Who's winning? We are. How many times depends on how much Blue Chew I have.
Okay.
I don't remember that towel being white when I bought it. But damn the absorbency.
Yes.
I got Liv winning.
You got Liv winning.
Yes.
Stir the pot a little bit more.
Is Dominic turning on mommy, or is someone else helping to turn on them? Ooh. Is it the one that, is it the guy that she always asks, what's he doing here in the clubhouse? Is it someone that's been keeping a demon bottled up in Judgment Day? Is it Funko not getting enough attention? Or is Dominic saying, you know what? I think it's time for me to be on top.
Yeah. Robert Medlin says in the live chat, I'm convinced Dom is hooking up with Liv. It's all part of the revenge tour, man. Just give it a little taste and no, mommy, I still want to be with you. No, don't believe her. And then, bam! He was fucking her all along. They're stringing her all along just to get to the match to defend my honor, mommy. And no, it wasn't. Oh,
you just did something.
What did I do?
So I gotta ask.
What's that?
Say Dominic is the one to turn on mommy.
Yeah.
But he puts his hands on her.
Whoa.
Are you gonna give me Dominic Mysterio versus Rhea fucking Ripley 1-on-1 on a pay-per-view? Are we doing this? Are we doing this?
You know what?
Are we going?
Why the fuck not? I believe mommy could whoop his ass.
Given the right wardrobe, I bet Rhea could whoop his ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. That stretch isn't that little anymore.
Yeah.
I see why your dome is sweating.
Ooh, man.
Yeah, thankfully you got 2 at home that could try to put that fire out. Woo!
Man.
Rap a little bit about Logan Paul versus L.A. Knight for the U.S. title.
I don't give a shit. I'm at a 0. I think it was the last
0-2. Why?
Help me. Well, I was gonna say you go first. You go first because I think I think I know what you're going to say.
I'll make it easy for you.
Okay.
Paul's not on television long enough for me to remember why I'm supposed to hate him. So when LA Knight's having feuds with Carmelo, or he's having feuds with the Mexicans, the twins,
the Latin lovers,
Phantasma, or it's like, no. We need to see him and Logan Paul every week. They had like one segment where LA Knight broke into Logan Paul's house and he's chilling in the pool.
Yeah.
SmackDown being quality over quantity, not having being watered down by an extra hour. I feel like LA Knight is starting to get lost in the shuffle a bit. And that's because his antagonist isn't there constantly enough for us to have. Remember, if there's a difference between booing Cena and cheering Cena's opponent.
Yeah.
We're cheering LA Knight, but I forgot why I'm supposed to be booing Logan Paul. Because he's not there enough to piss me off. He's not promoted that he's going to be live in the ring this week for me to tune in to remind myself why he pisses me off. Or why I should want someone to kick his fucking ass or to hang him on bamboo in Japan. Yeah. Something. He's not there enough. I'm not invested in this storyline.
Fair.
That's a weak. Yeah, that's probably that just fell out. But that's where I'm at. It's fucking LA Knight. Why am I not at like an 8 just on the promo work? Why? Because how many weeks have we had LA Knight and Logan Paul face to face for the promo work?
The promo work hasn't happened.
It hasn't happened.
Right.
If it happens tomorrow, is it too late?
Yeah, too late.
Yeah.
Too late for us because we've already recorded our show.
Yeah.
I hear everything you say. I 100% wholeheartedly agree with everything you say.
Do you have a different take?
I do have a different take.
Give it to me.
Okay. I would be at like a 6 or a 7 for the reasons that you laid out. Because of the reasons that you laid out, I should be at maybe like a 4 or a 5. But I gave this a 0. And you know me, I'm not.
You don't throw those around.
I don't throw those around
blatantly.
Yeah. I tend to skew more positive than negative, right? I give out more 9s and 10s than I do 1s, 2s, 3s, and 0s. Okay. Right. If you've watched the show for a long time, you know I'm telling the truth. Everything that you just said is, I'm feeling you. I think I sat here in this chair either the last time we recorded or the time before that. And I said something about Logan Paul, where I said, people change. He's an asshole, but is he still an asshole? He's really good at wrestling, and he hasn't shown me any assholery lately. So I'm a different person than what I was 10 years ago. I'm a different person than what I was 15 years ago. This shit with Logan Paul about him being a douchebag and all this was years ago. Maybe he's grown up. Maybe he's learned. Maybe he's changed. Maybe he's a different person. Maybe he's not the same douchebag that he was back then. And maybe this wrestling stuff is doing him some good. But then today happened. Did you see all this?
The boxing shit.
The boxing shit. For those that don't know, the boxing shit it's the Olympics, right?
And it's oddly does have nothing to do with his fucking brother.
Yeah.
That was supposed to get knocked the fuck out by Tyson before Tyson had
which that didn't happen.
Yeah. Well,
yet. So the Olympics are going on. Women's boxing happened, I guess, last night, right? And I don't even remember what the countries were, but it was one country's lady versus another country's lady, and the other country's lady, the one that was wearing red, right? Which, again, I don't know because I haven't heard of these people before today, right? Before 6 hours ago when I first saw the news when I got out of work, right? I haven't heard of these people. So the person in the red failed a gender test for the 2020 Olympics. She passed the gender test for the 2024 Olympics. Now, again, I don't know this person, So I'm only getting secondhand information within the last few hours between coming from work to coming here to recording the show, right?
And when you say you're getting the news, where are you getting the news from?
Facebook.
Yeah.
Right?
So someone peed in the pool.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. So there's a bunch of people that are like very anti-trans, anti-LGBT, that kind of stuff, and like more conservative leaning folks that are blowing up my Facebook feed saying this is why we can't have women in dresses competing against the, or men in dresses competing against the women and all this shit, right? And I'm like, what the fuck happened? How did the Olympic Committee accidentally, pull that off? And then I started seeing, no, other people saying, no, you're just stupid, because they're actually do testing for it.
Yeah.
And this person tested last year having an X and a Y chromosome. So that muddied up the waters as to whether or not she was biologically female. Mm-hmm. Well, you can still be a cisgendered woman while still having X and Y chromosomes. It's incredibly rare, but it can happen because the chromosome itself doesn't determine your gender at birth. The chromosomes carry the information that tells your body what parts to make. Yeah. So if you have the wrong one, but the information on there is still the right one, you could have a fucked up X and Y and still be XX or whatever. Mm-hmm. Hell, there's people out there with XXY or XYY, right? So it's just the chromosomes that are fucked up on this person. And yeah, she has a little bit more testosterone than she should, but she's actually born a woman assigned female at birth. Mm-hmm. Well, the whole reason why I'm going on this tangent is because
Logan put his 2 cents on it.
And then when there was all the backlash of all the stuff of people that saw the things that I had just said
and informed
and told him, he
doubled
fucking down.
He stuck to it, yeah.
He didn't stick with it. He doubled down. Yeah. He basically said, no, I'm not apologizing. Fuck you. This is still...
my opinion stands, or whatever.
Yeah, something like that. And it's like, this is evil, the evil in front of our eyes or some shit like that. Like, bro, fuck you. And that made me think immediately, damn, I can't believe I defended him a few episodes ago. Like, maybe he's changed. Maybe he's not a douchebag. And I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt, and he fucked over my benefit of the doubt.
He's got Summer's Eve written all over him.
So, fuck Logan Paul. Fuck Logan Paul. Sorry, that's my rant. I'm at a 0. Even though on the other side of that ring is LA Knight, which I fucking love.
You think they pushed this to the pre-show because of his mouth?
Maybe. And you know what? You know who I got winning? LA Knight. Yeah. Because you can't have that fucking bad press. Right?
Yeah.
He's got all kinds of heat all over him, all kinds of bad press. Dude, before I came over here and I was eating dinner, that was my entire fucking feed. That's what I just sat and read for like an hour, all the different people talking about this. So you know what? Yeah, if they don't take the title off of Paul and put it on LA Knight,
yeah,
I'm willing to give Triple H the benefit of the doubt that no, he's not racist. He just happened to have released, Bobby Lashley, and I don't think it's.
How far does it go? Are we seeing the Prime logo on Saturday?
I don't. That's a good question. Fuck, I don't know, man. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see how far Logan Paul's mouth got him in trouble and how much Triple H is willing to stand for.
Yeah.
A Cody Rhodes led AEW would have never stood for that shit.
Yeah.
Right? A Triple H led WWE? I don't know yet.
To be fair, a Vince led WWE.
Oh, wouldn't give 2 shits.
Got fabulous moolah off the Battle Royal because sponsors pressured them.
That's true.
So if there's enough sponsors now that will whisper in Triple H's ear, not yell at him because the old man couldn't hear.
Right.
Yo, you might want to do something about this LP guy.
The thing that kind of turns that take topsy-turvy is that this isn't pressure from outside sponsors. This is a sponsor.
Yeah. Prime is not the only
Prime
one.
is a sponsor.
Yeah.
Right?
Carbonated urine. Sure. That's not the only sponsor.
The call came from inside the house.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you can't put pressure on yourself to get taken off yourself.
Yeah.
So it's a sticky situation.
Possible show stealer.
Yeah.
Break.
And I'm sorry, one other thing. Even if it was a thing where she was assigned male at birth and now
Got one over.
genetically female, even if that was, and she's a woman, so what? Right? Is that really going to be that big of a deal? It's fucking boxing, right? Like, you're training.
Devil's advocate.
Okay.
Should it be changed from men and women to XX and XY?
No.
Should she be boxing with men if she has the chromosomes that are titled to men?
Again, it doesn't always necessarily matter on the chromosomes. That's why it's an imperfect test.
Gotcha.
Right? So
just people have opinions, people have ideas.
People do have opinions.
And ideas.
And here's the other thing. What did we just say fucking 15 minutes ago? I want to see Rhea Ripley versus Dominic Mysterio.
Yeah.
Right? Right? We just said that. Now, I get it. We're talking about sports entertainment versus real sport. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. But at the end of the day, you got really big, tall, buff women, and you got really not tall, wimpy dudes.
You got Camille Brickhouse and you got Layla Hirsch.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to fight against any of them women in WWE right now because they actually train and are in shape. Yeah. I'm not a real man.
I definitely don't want to box with any of those women.
Yeah, I know. Right?
Yeah.
Like, I know Liv Morgan isn't a boxer. I know Thea Hale is probably shorter than me.
Sure, Bernice has a bigger mustache than I do. I don't care. I'm gonna fight you.
But she's still a fucking athlete while I'm not. Yeah. So, I mean, level the fucking playing field.
Well, to be fair, you don't gotta be an athlete to just pull a trigger and hit a bullseye.
Apparently you don't.
Which gives us hope for tandem sharpshooting. We need to make this happen, bro.
Those guys just all with their hand in the pocket, casually just fucking Japanese anime shooting at the target.
I would literally do a tribute to Bubba Dudley and do this. Have only one eye. Shoot out the good eye. He's looking at you, kid. Bang!
You did not just break your glasses for that fucking bit. Please tell me that pops back into the frames. Okay.
That's why I have 8 different frames of these. But I knew I would get you.
That was good. That was good.
Breaker, Zane, 2. Go.
8.
What's keeping you from busting that nut?
I know the match is going to be fire. I think Zane's winning again.
Bull fucking shit.
Yeah?
No.
Did
Did you not see the promo on Monday that Breaker cut backstage? Where they had the crates behind him and he's talking about...
You know what? I think I might have fast forwarded. Sorry. Enlighten me, good sir.
Sami Zayn's already looking ahead. Not to his victory, but to his career as a stand-up comedian.
Okay.
So he's already looking at life past the Intercontinental title.
I saw Sami Zayn's response to it.
Bro, Zayn got cooked. That's a promo where if you don't win the title after a promo like that, we're going to be talking to you about like you would talk about LA Knight right now. That good. And if Breaker didn't win in front of 14,000 people, Breaker's definitely winning in front of 60,000 people. This is the time. Breaker is beating Zayn. Really? We've already had Zayn helping out Jey Uso when he was getting jumped by Judgment Day. So they're slowly reeling Sami Zayn back in. So when they have to reel Zayn and Jey Uso in for the new bloodline versus OG bloodline, they're ready. Braun's winning this. Mm-hmm. Braun is winning this. I'm at a 9.5. The only thing that's keeping me from a 10 is the unknown of what they'll give me that I haven't seen
in the match itself.
That I haven't seen before from either of them.
Fair, but I trust Sami Zayn enough in the ring that I'm like, oh, this is going to be a fire match.
Yeah.
Same thing with Breaker. I trust Breaker enough that I don't think I've seen everything that I can see from him yet.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think the match itself is going to be good.
Okay.
I'm just again, this isn't how good the match is going to be.
Yeah.
This is our anticipation for the match.
One more.
Cody
Cody Rhodes against Solo Sikoa for the undisputed WWE title. Is Solo ready?
No. Oh. I am at a 9. What's keeping me is the fact that Solo's not ready. Solo is never gonna be ready. That's the point of this story. Now, is he doing a good job at not being ready? Yes. I will give Solo his flowers on that. Because the whole point of Bloodline 2.0 is that this is really Bloodline from Wish. It's supposed to piss us off. It's supposed to make us want that guy right there again. We want Roman. How? What? Why the fuck in 2024, the year of our Lord, are we chanting we want Roman? Because Solo sucks that much.
So what should
on
we be chanting?
On purpose. He sucks on purpose. So I'm giving him his flowers. You're doing a good job.
What
right?
should we be chanting
That's
in 2024?
Not we want Roman. That's not what. If you would have told me in 2022 that in 2024 we would have been chanting we want Roman, I would have been like, that loco. Right?
Do you believe in Joe Henry?
I do believe in Joe Hendry. I do. but it's supposed to be disappointing, and I am disappointed.
So will your disappointment be validated if Solo wins the title?
Yes. If Solo wins the title, I'm going to be pissed.
Kayfabe, is he going to be a shittier champion than Jinder Mahal?
Well, never hinder gender. First
Not
off,
the question.
let's get that out right now. Write that down.
I love people that are in shit shape right now. Does not change how I feel about that.
But the story, again, the story is you're not supposed to like Bloodline 2.0 enough to the point that you want to see Roman come back. So no, like it's flirting on, verging on almost X-Pac heat, but it's not. And that's what makes it genius. It's fucking brilliant because it took all of us that were hardcore anti-Roman to make us want fucking Roman.
Yeah.
What?
So here's my thing to marriage what you just said.
And I'm sorry, one last thing. This feud is not a feud of Cody versus Solo. This feud is to set up Solo versus Roman.
And in order for Solo to have weight to his character, to have a reason for Roman to see him eye to eye, he has to be WWE champion.
Okay, that's fair.
This storyline has zero weight if Solo doesn't win the world title. Solo winning the world title is up here with Roman because Roman led the bloodline as champ, just like Solo is leading his bloodline as champ. So this is a man-to-man, eye-to-eye, face-to-face, toe-to-toe value. Of course, Roman's been champion X amount of times, face, heel, in the middle, shield, all the other stuff, fighting cancer. But in the story of Bloodline versus Bloodline 2, the Revengeing, they will be equal. There will not be one lesser than the other if Cody loses the belt to Solo. Solo has to win this match. And the fact that he has to win this match, he will do shadier shit than what Roman did to keep his title.
Which is the whole reason why we now have the Tongans and the werewolf, right? Yeah. That's the chess pieces are on the board. Yeah. Right? Is Solo winning this because he's just that good of a wrestler that he can beat Cody Rhodes? Fuck no. But it's going to have everything to do with those other three and maybe even Hikuleo, maybe? Or The Rock.
If he's the wise man.
Right? Which I'm kind of hoping that they're saving Hikuleo to come back to be on OG Bloodline side to set up a nice little, a 5-on-5 or war games or something like that, right? WWE Blood and Guts, whatever, right? Because eventually you're going to run out of Samoans and Tongans.
Oh no, they multiply like fucking rabbits.
Oh, okay. Well,
it's almost like they're Mexican.
They're the Mexicans of Asia.
Yeah.
Right? The Mexicans of the Pacific.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, no, I don't want Solo to win. I don't think Solo should win. But to further the storyline, you're right. The only way that will actually get Roman summoned is when he does win.
Now, here's the other question that I think a lot of people are kind of glossing over. If Solo wins the title and we're going towards Bloodline versus Bloodline, where in the fuck does that leave Cody?
I don't know. And that's why another part of the 5-on-5 concept in my head has a big question mark of where Hikuleo is going to be. Because you could just easily stick him on Bloodline 2.0, and that's your 5. Well, who's going to be the 5 on Team Roman?
Roman, Usos, Sammy,
and Cody? Now, is that
another Survivor Series War Game situation where the odd man out is proving themselves that they're with the team or share the respect?
Or no, it's not even Cody trying to get the respect of Roman. It's more like Roman, hey, we need to take out this thing that I created that's gone too crazy.
I need you.
Freak out. Yeah. 3 minutes of playtime. Yeah. Cody and Roman teaming together to take out Bloodline 2.0. That could be a good redemption story for a returning babyface Roman.
Or tweener.
But
it's declared that he is not the one we boo.
Right.
Yeah,
that would be
one we give a little side eye.
That'd be an interesting fucking swing of the pendulum. Yeah.
7 matches. That's SummerSlam.
We've been
in
going
the football stadium.
We've been going on about quality over quantity with Triple H being in charge, and a lot of his little pay-per-views. A lot of his pay-per-views have been 5
because he still has SmackDown before and the Raw after the book, and so you could spread all that around.
And we do have a 3 fucking hour pre-show apparently.
Yeah, and I don't think it's ever been clarified yet if when Raw goes to Netflix, it goes back to 2 hours.
That has not been clarified.
Triple H has made it abundantly clear that he is not a fan of 3-hour Raws.
Yeah.
So this could be the opportunity, especially if it's commercial free, then you're getting a solid 2 hours. You fast forward through commercials on a 3-hour Raw, that's 220, 225 time-wise.
Yeah.
So you'd be getting 2 hours without not really getting 2 hours, but the perception of 8 to 10 or 7 to 9 could work.
Yeah.
So
we'll have to wait till we get closer to that time to find that out. I'm sure there'll be a press release or something,
Did we overall, so SummerSlam, give me a number.
Aside from the Logan Paul stuff, I think I'm ranking everything pretty high. I would say I'm at a 9. I gotta see fucking SummerSlam, man. Yeah. I've got to see it this year.
Yeah.
Even though it's in fucking Cleveland. Ugh.
What do you think of the Wyatt 6? Did we review the videotape where Rowan talked about losing both his brothers?
No, and I've never seen that.
I'm sorry.
No, wait. No, you did not. I'm sorry. I misspoke. I haven't seen Bo's thing. I've seen Rowan's thing. I've seen Rowan's. I haven't seen Bo's.
That is a fucking gut punch.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted to see it, but then I kind of also didn't want to see it, to be honest.
Last Monday's Dexter Lumis. That was also his first appearance.
Pinche Arnoldo. Hey, I'm here. What did I miss?
Everything.
Jesus Christ. We're about to wrap up.
Yeah. The first word to ever come out of fucking
Dexter
Lumis's mouth.
Run.
Yeah.
Cool.
And his look, and Dexter Lumis has always been a methodical person.
Yeah.
He doesn't just like carelessly move around. So his body movement when he was attacking the new Alpha Academy, okay, because he never really did that as Sam Shaw in TNA either. Right. He was that hitman kind of like Dexter killer. There wasn't a lot of freeform movement to him.
Right.
And I know it's a very short sample size, but that was different from everything I've known of him in TNA and NXT. So if there's an opportunity to break out of a preconceived shell and do something different, Lumis is going to be the one to break out. Gacy's he's been the crazy guy in NXT. The appearance might be different, but the core might still be the same. Lumis might have the chance to show a completely different side to him that we haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
Especially if you're finally going to let him talk. Did he talk much in TNA? No.
Yeah. No, he had the same
silent
gimmick. Yeah.
Let me run down night 2 real quick.
Night 2?
Great American Bash this Tuesday on NXT. You want to talk about quality over quantity?
Yeah.
This is the lineup. Joe Coffey versus Joe Hendry.
Okay.
Trick Williams versus Pete Dunne.
They've been teasing that. Yeah.
Axiom and Frazier defend the tag titles against MSK.
I do like that reunion that they had. It was the 3 of them versus
Gallus. They had a pretty decent 6-man on Slammiversary against No Quarter Catch Crew from NXT.
That too,
That was good.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. Kaylani Jordan against Tatum Paxley for the women's North American title.
Okay.
Main event, Ethan Page against Oro Mensah for the men's NXT title.
You
like Mensah? Are you digging him?
I think I'm glad that they're giving him a shot. I feel like he's still a little bit of an experiment, but I'm digging it. Yeah. I feel he's still kind of underdoggy. That, all right, kid, I want to see what you can do. Right.
I've got him losing the match for sure, but I feel like Mensah's at 80% completion because Noam Dar's not there. If Noam's at the corner, that gives him the 20 he's missing.
Probably so.
Yeah.
You know who I also feel like that about? Your boy who is bouncy.
Oh, Javon Evans.
Yeah.
Javon Evans.
Javon?
Yeah,
Javon Evans.
He's slow. He's like a fungus. The kid's winning me over.
Yeah.
He had a pretty solid promo on NXT last week too, where he was like telling stories about himself.
Yeah, that one was really good.
The way it came across and how he was asking questions to the cameraman or the interviewer on the side, it didn't come across like your typical WWE overproduced promo. That felt like that's the same guy you see if you see him in the hood, in the street, at the bar. Like that's him straight up.
Yeah,
like wholesome. And I liked it.
Yeah, he is wholesome. He's very wholesome. I like it.
Have you seen?
And he is bouncy. God damn.
Have you seen videos of a comedian, Cam Patterson?
Cam? No.
Yeah. He reminds me of Javon Evans as far as letting himself open and putting himself out there for the audience to take in.
Okay.
That's how I see it. I like it. A part of me thought it was too soon for him to have a title shot being in that 4-way, but damn, he won me over.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot. That's NXT. There might be some promos or something later on in between, but that's NXT in a nutshell. That's solid.
Yeah.
That's a pay-per-view I would go to if it was in Austin like we were last year.
Oh, okay, yeah.
There's meat on that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I know we kind of just navigated away from it real quickly because we wanted to talk about NXT, but another thing about the Wyatt Six. Where are they on the SummerSlam card?
Nowhere.
Why?
Quality over quantity. Why is it Final Testament versus Xavier Woods on there?
Oh, because somebody gives a shit.
Good question.
I mean, I feel like the Wyatt Six stuff was.
There's a 6-man tag on Raw the night after SummerSlam, so they have to spread that.
Okay.
You can't have 14 matches on a pay-per-view. If you have television the night before and then more television the day after, you got to spread it out. Like make sure everybody gets a little attention. So 6-man. That's what you're missing. 6-man
Okay.
on Monday.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything else? I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Okay.
If you have a Saturday off for the next couple of weeks, would you be interested in making an effort to go watch Collision in Dallas to watch MXM?
What day is it?
It's on Saturday.
Which this Saturday coming up?
They have a residency. They have and will continue to have Collision for a total of 6 weeks or 7 weeks there in Arlington.
Really?
Yeah. Collision, the setup in that E stadium that they have in Arlington, it looks fucking dope. It's like the epitome of what we wanted Ring of Honor weekly television to be. That's basically what it looks like.
So
right
for
now.
6 or 7 weeks within the next few weeks.
And the last week was the second week, and they had Death Before the Stoners the night before.
Right.
There also, there's like 3 more weeks.
Really?
In Arlington.
I didn't realize that was a schedule.
Yeah.
I could be convinced.
I'll have my people call your people.
Okay. That being said, Friday, August the 9th.
Oh, snap. That's next week.
Friday, August the 9th, next Friday. Riot Wrestling Revolution. Why did I do that? Riot Wrestling Federation. I keep doing that. I don't know why. Is having their next show. I will be doing commentary for that. We are going to crown our first heavyweight champion. So yeah, that's going to be a pretty good show. Make sure you come on out, Santa Fe, Texas, Friday the 9th. If you go on the Riot Wrestling Federation Facebook page, you'll be able to buy tickets. So go ahead and purchase them now. It's at the Santa Fe Fire Department.
Will you be ring announcing or color commentating?
Commentary.
You're play-by-play, right? You're not color.
All right, no, play-by-play.
You're play-by-play.
Right. Now I will be ring announcing Native Ways Entertainment.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
This isn't early Texas, is it?
No, it's going to be in Alvin.
Oh, shit.
Alvin, Texas, and that's September the 7th. So, yeah, September the 7th, Alvin, Texas. It was supposed to be earlier this month, but apparently Hurricane Beryl fucked up the venue that we were going to be at, so they had to find another venue or whatever. So, yeah, that's why I got pushed back. But September the 7th, Native Ways. So, yeah. Make sure you come on out. Yes, it is a Native American owned company. They've started running in Arizona. They've done a few shows in New Mexico, a few shows in Florida, and this will be the first couple in Texas. So the wrestler who, if you guys have been going and watching some of the older UPW stuff, Sumate Wokla, that's the wrestler that owns it. He's a Native American wrestler that hasn't, the Native American gimmick. He's living the gimmick. And that's his promotion. So he tries to feature Native folks and other brown folks in his promotion. So yeah, come on out. It'll be in Alvin, Texas, September 9th.
Awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my booking schedule. So yeah, got one this month, one next month. We'll see how it goes.
Do you also do birthday parties and bachelorette parties?
I mean, you pay me enough, I'll do whatever you want, baby.
Yes!
Hey!
On that note,
adios, my friends. Keep it classy.
No.